So the real reason why FBA women are so masculine, coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. And as always, thank y'all for joining me today. So it's a well-established fact, or I would say belief, but we can say fact, that Black or FBA, foundational Black American women, are the most masculine women in the country, in America. And I would be shocked if it was in the world. Okay, but it's this established that we know this by now. Everybody accept this. Hell, even Black women. Some Black women have accepted this fact that it is true. Now, amongst Black women, you have three groups. You have the group of women who are in denial. When you say this, they're basically getting their feelings. They get triggered, and then they want to come after you, get you silent, get you removed, get you canceled, and so on and so forth. Attack your family if they can. Do anything they can to lash out because they're getting their feelings. Then you have the group of Black women who acknowledges the truth and they hold Black women accountable. Women like Danica Marie's dope discussion. She holds Black women accountable. She goes in on, dealing with issues of, dynamic between Black relationships, where she holds women accountable for this. Of course, she holds men accountable. When men do wrong, she holds men accountable as well. But she knows that right now there's been enough accountability thrown at men with none thrown at women, and this is a niche that she fills, holding women accountable for what they do. And as well as the other Black women who know this and hold Black women accountable. Then you have a group of Black women who know this as well, but they try to come up with excuses for why it exists. Now, the excuse that they use for why Black women are so masculine, are the most masculine people in the country, if not the world, is this idea that, the reason why is because Black women are in survival mode, because of being in this country, right, with all these white supremacists, right, all these racist white folks in this racist system, right, and all these Black folks are fighting this spiritual warfare that as Black women, we're struggling and surviving like you're living off on good times or something. Now, that's basically a bunch of BS. This is just an excuse again to deflect responsibility and accountability away from these Black women. Black women are not masculine because they're in here and struggling in this country with all these white supremacists. Because if that were the case, then if you look at where a lot of Black men who acknowledge this, and you often hear Black men with means talk about traveling overseas, and if you look at the countries that they generally talk about, the Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, the Philippines. If you look at these countries, these are second and third world countries. So these women are not surviving, as they say. The women in Western society have living standards far better than the women in those countries. So based on that logic that Black women use, the third group of Black women use, that these women should be the most masculine. But yet here you are Black men telling you, if you're looking for femininity, feminine women who are raised to be wives, raised to cater to their men, go to these countries. So we have a conflict here. How can these Black women say that they're masculine in America because they're having to survive? They're constantly in survival mode in America. But yet these women in these other countries, third world countries, second world countries, who basically have a far less living standard than them, but yet they manage to be feminine. The truth of the matter, it has nothing to do with Black women being in no survival mode, because they're not in no survival mode in America. The truth of the matter is culture. These Black women are being raised to be masculine. And this started happening, and I often talk about with the Great Society and how the Great Society destroyed the Black family. encourage, women to pick the government over black men. And we started to see more and more women having sex with a smaller percentage of men, the Pookies and Ray Rays, and these men are not taking care of their responsibility as men and being fathers. And this is where we see the out of wedlock birth rate start to skyrocket amongst black people after the Great Society. Well, as a result of this, one of the things that you'll find amongst a lot of these women is that ghetto ratchetness. Ghetto ratchetness has spawned out of the Great Society. And it's that ghetto ratchetness that produces masculine women. Not because they are trying to survive, because I haven't seen any mass amount of black starvation in this country. Okay, these women are not struggling. It's just the mentality, that ghetto mentality, and that ghetto ratchetness is producing these masculine women. And another thing that has developed out of that is that sassiness. You see, black women revel in the sassy culture. And again, like I said, I'm not talking about all black women. But black women revel in the sassiness. I've seen this so many times. I've seen this, the sassiness. They just revel in it. You got the four queens of Vivica Fox. And I'm not familiar with all the people, the women that are on there. I think it's Claudia Jordan and Lisa Ray, and it's Selena Johnson. That sassiness, that sassy behavior, that's what black women revel in. That sassy behavior that they exhibit is a sassy behavior that was taught to them, not something that they were born with. And it's that sassiness that make these black women so masculine, not because they're out here surviving. Do you believe that those women are surviving? Any of those 4 chicks are struggling and surviving in this country? No. So that's BS. This has nothing to do with no system holding black people back, making life difficult for black people, making black folks have to struggle. Any struggle that black people have in this country is a struggle that we put on ourselves. There's every opportunity available for any black person, anyone of any race. Has nothing to do with them surviving. That's insanity. That's BS. That's all it is an excuse for black women to not be held accountable for their behavior. We'll hold men accountable, but let's not hold black women accountable. But thankfully, we do have black women out there who are holding other black women accountable. And I would suggest y'all go check out their channels, especially Donika Marie. She really holds black women accountable. But like I said, if you ever hear any black women say the reason why we are masculine because we're having to survive, well, now you know, and knowing it's half the battle. And as always, y'all, until next time.